Now, with many NFL players becoming legendary during their NFL careers, some were actually so dominant that they forced the NFL to change the rules. With Roy Williams being one of the hardest hitting players in NFL history, his actions were so devastating on the field that he forced the NFL to change the rules. Barely reaching 6 feet, he had to learn at a young age how to utilize the skills he was given. His style was called a rough and dirty way of play and continued on to college and even stuck with him in the NFL. The problem was the fact that in one season, Williams had caused 4 severe injuries, which would make the league take action and create the Roy Williams rule. After being drafted by the Cowboys in 2002, he made an instant impact in his career, but in 2004, he was grabbing the attention from NFL owners everywhere for his rough style of play. And Williams was also known for using the horse collar tackle. Now, the horse collar tackle is when a defensive player grabs inside the shoulder, pulling the offensive player down from behind. And by the end of 2004, there were 6 serious injuries due to the horse collar tackle. With Williams being responsible for the majority of them, the most significant was wide receiver Terrell Owens, which caused him to miss the last 2 games of the season and 2 playoff games. The NFL owners voted 27-5 to officially ban the horse collar tackle. Now, any player caught using the tackle gets a 15-yard penalty and the possibility of being fined by either the team or the NFL. Now, Emmitt Smith is arguably the best back of all time, and he was so dominant and scored so many touchdowns in his own way that he also caused the NFL to make some rule changes. Emmit has always shown his passion on the field, especially when he scores. So former Dallas Cowboy running back was known for always taking off his helmet after he scored a touchdown, and usually this wasn't seen as a problem, but when the rules changed in 1997, it affected everyone in the 1997 season. The NFL initiated the new Emmitt Smith rule where players aren't allowed to remove their helmets while on the football field. Some people didn't understand the rule change, and he talked about why he would remove his helmet by saying, "I had just come off a serious injury, and all I read about was how I supposedly lost a step, that I was on the downside of my career. I went 60 yards on my first carry and my hamstring didn't pull, so I was excited." Now, this is something Smith will have to get used to because the first year this rule came into the league, he would receive various penalties removing his helmet. Fast forwarding into the time where Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant would take his helmet off and argue with an official during the game. Not only would Bryant receive an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, he would take his team out of field goal range and nearly lost him the game. After the game, Bryant went on to say, "I didn't know. Whenever he threw the flag, I was shocked, and it was a lesson learned. Don't take your helmet off." Now, with Dez Bryant going down as one of the best receivers in Cowboy history, a controversial catch in a playoff game will end up changing receiving rules forever. The Dallas Cowboys have always been a part of some of the biggest moments in NFL history, but in 2014, the Cowboys were part of one of the most controversial calls in NFL history. The Cowboys were playing the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field in the divisional round of the playoffs. On the last drive, Dez was making an unbelievable catch that would be ruled incomplete, and then the controversy in the media was everywhere. It turns out the officials made a bad call, creating the Dez Bryant rule. The refs came to the conclusion that Dez Bryant did not maintain the ball while going towards the ground, and the Cowboys ended up losing that game and missing an opportunity to go to the NFC Championship. Dez said to reporters, "Come on, man, I think it was a catch, but they took it away. I wasn't off balance. I was trying to stretch for it and get into the end zone." Now, however, as a result of what happened, questions started to circulate about what is and what isn't a catch in the NFL. According to a Fox Sports analyst, the player is considered to be going to the ground if he does not remain upright long enough to demonstrate that he is clearly a runner. If a player goes to the ground in the act of catching a pass without the contact by an opponent, he must maintain control of the ball until after his initial contact with the ground, whether in field of play or the end zone. If he loses control of the ball and the ball touches the ground before he regains control, the pass is ruled incomplete. But if he regains control prior to the ball touching the ground, then the pass is ruled complete. And that's all we got for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, and we'll see you next time.